so we got the Mortificators. That's a crazy name. Explained by Australia. That's great, so let's go. Make sure you guys follow my socials down below. Let's go, everybody.
Hey guys and gal, when you think of the Ultramarines and the other sons of Guilliman, you probably think of ordered ranks, bright polished armor, following the rulebook, and so on. You probably don't think about cannibalism and spirituality, but Warhammer 40k is full of surprises. The Mortificators, a verified Ultramarine successor chapter, are one of the most savage, brutal, and ruthless Space Marine chapters.
Yo, so we do know them. We don't know of them like that, but we do. I've actually seen these guys before. They be wearing like their victims. Okay, not victims, but bro, they be wearing like their opponents' bones and stuff like that. It's really crazy. It's some real Criminal Minds ish.
Up there with the Flesh Terrors and Space Sharks. Their horrific culture only matched by their unshakable loyalty and reliability. To say these guys are unique is an understatement, with it almost seeming like they have a direct phone line to the Emperor himself, which isn't a huge surprise. The Emperor finds extremely weird, messed up Space Marine chapters hilarious.
Nah, yeah, facts. Like, bro, the Emperor, I'm gonna keep it real, bro. I don't know if he got some type of kink fetish, but man, the Emperor, let's not act like, he's all just sunshine and rainbows. He's not LeBron. But at the same time, the Emperor, he's cool or whatever, bro, but I don't know, bro. He be I heard that his smile, the way he look whenever he smile is hideous. That's what they be saying, y'all. They said that whenever the Emperor be smiling, it's the most horrific thing they ever seen in their life. So I don't know. I don't know if bro's smiling like the Grinch on Christmas. I don't know if he's smiling like that one Aiden Ross meme. I don't know, but it's really crazy.
Before we get started, we aren't releasing just one, but two new incredibly crafted major minis ready to ship to your door. Today we'll go over the lore of the Mortificators chapter, detailing their origins, their doctrine, their main engagements, and why they are so different. Let's get into it.
Crazy. Let's get into it!
Amazingly, the Mortificators are actually one of the first Space Marine chapters ever created, coming from the second founding, which is all the chapters that came as a result of the legions being split up by order of Lord Guilliman, so that no one man may ever wield the power of Horus again. Chapters were not just formed at random. For example, the Black Templars were founded from the most zealous Imperial fists, whilst the Crimson Fists were founded from the most level-headed, practical Imperial fists. The Mortificators may have been drawn from the more superstitious, esoteric Ultramarines, if such a thing existed, as they used the Emperor's Tarot to decide which planet they should make their home. For context, the Emperor's Tarot are literally tarot cards, but much more specific and actually guided by a supernatural force that seems to come from the Emperor himself. I say that as if the cards were influenced by chaos or other warp entities, then the Imperium would have a really bad time with them. The cards are so accurate that they literally managed to direct the newly founded Mortificators to a specific planet called Possil, a feral world full of barbarian tribes who massacred and ate each other's flesh. It is also a world shrouded.
See? Y'all thought Warhammer was this, and listen, every single day, Warhammer, they just, it's they impress me every single day by how nasty and ruthless it is. Every single day, I just go on a limb of just thinking, okay, Warhammer is just down bad. It's every single bad word in the dictionary. It's just horrific. Every single day, they seem to prove me wrong every single time, bro, without fail. They do what? Now, cannibalism is another thing, but bro, actually, imagine you got an op, right? You take your op out and then you just start just buying all type of booty cheeks, legs, and everything. What are we doing? And then you wearing their bones, and it's ridiculous.
In perpetual darkness, which may explain why everyone went crazy. Make sure you get your vitamin D, guys and gal, or you may end up cannibalizing your enemies in ritual combat. Actually, that sounds metal as fuck. The Mortificators.
Nah, see, Majorkill, you with him. Majorkill, you're with him. What do you mean that sounds metal? I'm so sick and tired of everybody just gassing up the nastiest things. Oh my god, bro, look at her thighs. She could just squeeze my head with them. Oh, that sounds cool. What? That doesn't sound cool. That does not. I know a lot of y'all y'all are down bad. I know a lot of you guys think that that's cool or whatever, yo. That's not cool. That's not, y'all be fantasizing about thighs and stuff. What's going on? Are we cooked? Are we that cooked right now? I'm not saying that thighs are ugly or whatever. I'm not I'm not saying that. It's just, bro, y'all be man, bro, imagine a girl having big high heels and she's stepping on you. Bro, that's what y'all like. And don't do this. Don't shake your head. No. Yes. Yes, that's what y'all like, you know? So
Invaders were like, cool, this'll do, and set up a star fort in the orbit of the planet, which became their fortress monastery. They did not want to civilize the world or develop it, as the quality of recruits that came from vicious warrior tribes constantly killing each other was extremely high. As the Mortificators believed they were directed to postal by the Emperor, they did not want to reject or replace the culture of its people, so instead they recruited from the world and allowed their heavily ultramarine doctrine and ways to mesh with the barbarian spiritual cannibalism of the world. Interesting combination.
these boys got barbarians, just cannibalized human-eating menaces on the team. That's crazy.
But surprisingly it worked. The result of this was a highly spiritual, almost religious chapter of extremely codex compliant, loyal and noble warriors who engaged in cannibalism. Yep, you heard me right. As a result of the eternally dark planet, the Mortificators also have developed a notable advantage over other Space Marines in low light conditions. Not as good as the Raven Guard or Night Lords, but still very good. So what does an Ultramarine that is involved in a cannibalistic death cult look like? Well, some of the most chill aspects of the Mortificators is the fact that they meditate before each battle, which to be honest is a great way to de-stress and lower your cortisol. In this meditative trance, a Mortificator seeks to gain spiritual guidance from the Emperor or even Guilliman himself. I don't think G-Man does much here, however the Mortificators have been known to receive visions and messages, act on them, and those actions end up saving the day.
You know what's so crazy? Out of the craziest, well, I don't want to say craziest because we definitely heard worse. We've heard craziest, you know, bro, we've heard the most diabolical groups, factions, whatever you want to call it. Bro, we heard the most diabolical ones. We heard what they do. It's way worse than a couple of guys, like, you know, eating other guys or whatever, right? At the same time, you would think that, like, if you have, like, a whole faction or just, like, a whole world of, like, you know, dudes or girls just eating all types of booty and stuff like that, you wouldn't think that before they, you know, go into battle, they would meditate. You wouldn't even, like, bro, you would think, yo, you can just imagine all these guys in the room. They just got just feats just over fire. They and they hitting the drums and they hitting the drums all at the same time. Bro, they got the feet just roasting over the fire. You're thinking, oh yeah, it's over. They've been going to game time. Hey, this is a pregame snack. I wouldn't even think that these guys will have like a meditation before they go. I'm gonna be honest with you, that actually kind of, you know, caught me on surprise.
So perhaps there is something to it. The Mortificator recruitment process is pretty brutal, as you can imagine. Neophytes are treated like absolute trash. They aren't allowed to have a name, they're completely expendable in combat, are not even considered Mortificators, and are literally called the Faceless. The only way they can earn the respect of their chapter and actually not be considered literal trash is by scoring a worthy kill, whether that be a big orc, an enemy space marine, a Tyranid warrior form or above, and so on.
Wait a minute, so you gotta unlock your name by getting the kill streak. That's ridiculous. That's nasty work. So like you're known as like, oh wow. So like you're known as the Faceless, and in order for you to be called your name, because technically you don't have one. If you got this thing going right now, you are known as the Faceless. Because I know a lot of you guys would think, oh well, he looks kind of cool. It's kind of like Ghost from Call of Duty with the whole mask thing. No, hey, you got one of these things on, bro. You're the Faceless. You don't have a face. You don't have a name. You don't have anything. Man, I kind of feel bad.
Not just chaff like gaunts, orc boys or chaos cultists. Upon scoring that kill, they will go from being faceless to blooded. They will then take the decapitated head of their worthy kill, flens the skull, and then wear it over their new helmets, hoping that they don't kill something that had a shitty bone structure that blocks their eye lenses.
Oh, wait, no. Okay, so I got it all wrong. I got it all the way wrong. So if you do get a kill or whatever, you basically kill that. Oh, because this is like an orc, right? Yeah, this is an orc. Cause orc, they didn't have like the best like looking teeth or whatever. Wait a minute. Okay, well wait. So I had it wrong. If you basically take somebody out, you gotta like clean out the guts and clean out, you know, take out all the bacon and the juice and the fruit loose. And you take out all like the jiggly puffs, and you take out all the little nasty stuff. You clean it out and then you wear it. First of all, man, I know this thing smell like 1,000 miles of bounce that booty, bro. Oh my God. Oh my God. Imagine this thing around you, bro. Imagine this. Oh my goodness, bro. The smell is diabolical. Bro, you're smelling 1,000 hot dogs with extra onions. Man, bro. Man, this is an orc's mouth too. They don't even close their mouth, bro. The hygiene is detrimental, bro. Bro, hey. The hygiene is abysmal, bro. Y'all know orcs, they walk around like this. Like, bro, they don't even close their mouth. Like, there's no, like, they look, no, legit, bro. Their mouth is dry 24/7. They don't close their mouth. It's over with, bro. Yo, you smell this, right, bro? It smell like sour milk in the middle of the summer.
They'll also eat the flesh and drink the blood of their slain enemies after battle.
I mean, we pretty much knew that because because they eat humans, but like, my goodness, like, they over here drinking the blood like fruit punch. This is ridiculous.
Now, the Mortificators don't really ever seem to wear face skulls in any official art or descriptions, so I imagine that they wear the trophy skull until it breaks, which would happen very fucking quickly in combat, and then they just don't replace it and continue forward as a normal looking marine, although they have been known to adorn their armor with the bones of their enemies. It probably comes as absolutely no shock that when the Mortificators fight alongside other loyalist chapters, especially the Ultramarine chapters, the other chapters are a bit like, what the fuck? When a bunch of Death Guard looking warriors covered in bones appear, massacre the enemy, cut their heads off, flens their skulls, drink their blood, and eat their corpses. Now, this may come as a bit of a surprise, but many loyalist Space Marines from many chapters have engaged in cannibalism. One of the Space Marine special organs allows them to relive a corpse's memories through consuming some of them. This obviously makes for fantastic intel, however, Space Marines don't like doing it, and they generally do it in a quite private, clean, and respectful manner. The Mortificators, on the other hand, just chow down on that shit. Nom, like a fucking Tyranid. It's extremely off-putting, but it doesn't say thou shalt not cannibalize in the Codex Astartes, so Spacebook says they're all good. As the chapter is so obsessed with the Emperor, they place a lot of emphasis and responsibility on their chaplains. See, in each Space Marine chapter, they value some specialists over others. Some chapters see their Tech Marines as necessary but unappealing, like the Raven Guard, whereas other chapters like the Iron Hands laud their Tech Marines as the best there is. Likewise, librarians from the White Scars act as spiritual advisors to the chapter, whilst other chapters see them as tools and weapons, and can barely tolerate them. The Mortificators see their chaplains as their guides, allowing the chaplains to wear the skulls of Space Marines themselves. The chaplains teach new Mortificators of their own mini-religion.
That makes sense. That actually makes sense with the whole like chaplains wearing like the little skull thing. That makes sense.
That being that death will unite them with the Emperor, and when they do die, their souls will go to the Hall of Victors and feast with the Ultimate Warrior, which is some sort of godlike perfect entity. Maybe it's supposed to be the Emperor himself. Now, they could be spiritually in tune, or they could have developed mad cow's disease from eating all those random unclean corpses, but it's a nicer thought than your soul getting shredded and obliterated by the warp upon death. What have they actually gotten up to in the lore though? Well, despite the age of their chapter, we don't know much about their early Imperium exploits. Their first reference in the lore being their involvement in fighting against Abaddon's 9th Black Crusade in M38. They defended a hive world alongside the Lamenters chapter, which never fun working with the Lamenters, and due to the Mortificators' superstitious nature, they actually refused to fight alongside the Lamenters, which caused a lot of issues for the boys in yellow. The next big engagement the Mortificators got involved in was the Achilles Crusade, a war against the Tau Empire. This was an interesting engagement as it pitted the Mortificators against the Kroot, two flesh-eating factions. There was no love lost here though. The Mortificators saw the Kroot's flesh-eating as unritualistic and disrespectful to their own methodologies, which is pretty hilarious. Some Mortificators were even eaten by the Kroot, so the sort of vengeance against them. The Mortificators were so motivated to become expert Kroot killers that many joined the Death Watch to learn more and gain more knowledge that they could bring back to their chapter. Like all Ultramarines, the Mortificators are very adaptable. They would smear their faces in armor with the volcanic ash of the world they fought on to better camouflage themselves. Now, you may be wondering if the Mortificators ever had issues with the Imperium for their cultural practices, and yes, there was. They almost went to war with the Crimson Fists, but were stopped by Marneus Calgar, who solved the issue and ensured it never reached the attention of Terra. Other successful campaigns include the Mortificators teaming up with the Raven Guard during the Battle of Rauch, destroying the Blood Cult and wiping out Khornite demons. Then there is the Tarsus Ultra conflict, where the Mortificators teamed up with the Ultramarines 4th Company to defend a world from a Tyranid onslaught. It's actions like this which explains why no one has come for the Mortificators. They're extremely effective and steadfast. Sure, they can be a bit excited in battle, but nothing they ever do is actually heretical or wrong. Just a bit distasteful. See,
I haven't really heard too many like bad things coming from the I'm just calling these guys the Morts. I can't really say that like their full name a bunch of times, but like, to be honest with you, bro, I haven't really heard too many bad things coming from them. So I mean, as long as they're doing them, then it's whatever.
Eating flesh and cannibalism can seem a bit chaosy, but it's all about intent. Do they eat the flesh of their enemies because they love it, or because it holds spiritual significance? Intention is very important. Then, something strange happened. The entire Mortificators chapter entered into a multi-day trance, where they all received the same vision that told them to go to Armageddon. With all haste, the entire chapter raced there in time for the third war for Armageddon to begin, the Mortificators playing a key role in that war. Further proof that there does seem to be some kind of divine hand at work. The Mortificators have been pretty present for a lot of key events recently, recently. They got involved in the 13th Black Crusade, they took part in the Terran Crusade, working to get Guilliman back to the throne world, and they've even recently fought on Vigilus, the world that controls the only stable route that connects Imperium Sanctus to Imperium Nihilus.
Alright, here's what I'm gonna say about these guys, bro. They're not, okay, like them eating like all types of like, you know, face parts and booty and stuff like that is down bad atrocious. But just to keep it real, bro, it sounds like they're just doing them. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. They're not really, you know, being school threats. Like they're just being them. I'm gonna be honest with you. I expected these guys to be, bro, menaces, bro, like code red school threats. I'm talking, bro, like we need all like police forces from every single state. That's what I was expecting, but to be honest with you, they're actually not that bad.
The lads even took part in the Plague Wars. Every single key conflict involving the Ultramarines recently have also involved the Mortificators. Sure, they eat the flesh of their enemies, but they're actually pretty cool dudes themselves. Yeah. As a fun fact, watch Captain Artemis, one of the only Death Watch named characters that has a model and who has been involved in some of the most key Death Watch battles, including being the Marine responsible for stopping the awakening of Yened, was a Mortificator. As stated, a lot of Mortificators join the Death Watch to try get really good at killing Xenos, especially the Kroot, so it's cool seeing the chapter getting represented in the wider lore. In the current setting, the chapter has tragically lost their homeworld to a Tyranid invasion, forcing them to become a fleet-based chapter. However, with the arrival of the Primaris reinforcements, they are still strong and kicking. I just love how GW was like, okay, let's take an Ultramarine successor, make them extremely fucked up and deviant, but also like super Ultramarine-y, and now let's make sure that they're present for every...
Yeah, they're not even that bad like I said before. They're just like, they're just cracked Ultramarines that just like eat booty. That's it. That's all. So
single Ultramarine related event in the lore. I swear there must be like one lore coordinator that has a massive hard-on for them and sneaks into every meeting or into the house of every Black Library writer and forces them to include his fucked up Mortificator chapter into every single story. That's my personal headcanon anyway. If you enjoy the video,
shout out to Majorkill, man, for this video. Hey, the Mortificators, I'm surprised I even said that right. They're not that bad, man. I'm gonna be honest with you, right? I was expecting like, you know, something way worse, but you know what, man? I guess I was proved wrong. Even though, you know, they're out there, you know, eating all types of booty, wrist, and feet and toes. They're actually not that bad. They're not that menacing. So, yeah, it's actually pretty cool, man. I'm going to see y'all later for the next one. I'm out. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel. Also, man, make sure you guys follow my socials down below at the bottom of the screen. And we are so close to 8,000 subscribers, man. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. And let me know if there's more videos. Yo, TTS is not dead, okay? I saw that one comment in the last video. It's not dead, okay? I promise it's coming back. I don't know when. Maybe it comes back today, tomorrow. You never know. It's not dead, though. Other than that, man, I'm going to see y'all later. I'm out. Bye, everyone.